I have one of the best electric car which you can buy in 2024 still, 2025. It's about the brand new Porsche Macan 4 electric, full electric, because these new Porsche Macan come only in electric version. But I tell you guys, I drive the car already and it's amazing. It's one of the best electric car that I ever driven. It has a lot of technology, a lot of safety features, the material quality and the driving feeling, it's crazy good. I'm crazy impressed how Porsche still managed to keep that Porsche feeling also on an electric car. This is just incredible. In this video, I start the video inside because outside it's kind of raining. Usually I start it outside to show you the exterior, but I will put some shots with the exterior of the car with this gray volcano color, which look really nice, plus the rims, 22-inch rims. They are semi aerodynamic. It looks really good on the car. We will talk more about exterior, interior in a separate video. I will have a separate video, a full review video. If you want to see all the information about the car, interior, exterior, check out the full review video in a separate on my channel. Now guys, before we start driving, I want to give you some technical data and then I will explain you a few things here inside the car before we start, so you can understand a little bit better the functions of the car and also the technical data. First of all, very important, these new Porsche Macan come in a few versions. Even though it's only electric, it comes in a few versions. First is just Porsche Macan simple, which come with a rear wheel drive. That means it has only one electric motor on the rear. That also have the longest range, 360 horsepower. Then we have the second one, Porsche Macan 4, which we have today right here. It comes with a power of 408 horsepower and it has two electric motors, one on the front, one on the rear. And then it's Macan 4S, which came with 516 horsepower, two electric motors. And then the most powerful version is the turbo version, which come with 639 horsepower, two electric motors. More about those cars, those versions, we will talk in a separate video, probably in the review video. Plus, I hope I will get those cars as well in the future so I can test it as well. Now, regarding the car that I have with me, with all the options, the price, it's 119,296 euro with all the options like panoramic glass roof, the rims, the autopilot, all that stuff, all the safety features and all the functions, which I will go in detail in the full review video. It's an all-wheel drive version. That means it comes with two electric motors, one on the front, one on the rear. The great part on this Porsche Macan electric version, as you probably know, it's built on the same platform, Porsche Premium Platform Electric PPE, which is built also the brand new Audi Q6. But the difference between Porsche Macan and Audi Q6 is that the Porsche Macan is made to be more dynamic, more sportier, and it has rear wheel steer up to 5 degrees. That means the rear wheels can steer as well, which give you a better dynamic, and which Audi Q6 doesn't have. Plus the rear motor, it's kind of array behind the rear axle. That gives you also better stability on the road, better dynamic. Plus the rear motor, it's much better than the one from Q6. It has an extremely efficiency, 97% efficiency, so 97% of the energy go directly to the wheels in comparison with other electric motors, which are around 90% to 95%. Regarding the power, 408 horsepower, 650 Newton meters, the range up to 612 kilometers on this version, or in the city, Porsche claim you can reach around 782 kilometers. Top speed 220 kilometers per hour, 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds. The battery capacity 100 kilowatt hour. It's a lithium battery, 800 volt architecture that allow you to charge the car up to 270 kilowatt in DC, which is incredible. In 21 minutes you can have from 10 to 80%. It's a great number, great technology. They improve a lot those systems. Turning circle 11.1 meter, consumption 16.8 kilowatt hour. The weight of the car 2,330 kilograms. You can manage to tow a trailer up to 2,000 kilograms with this version. Also the ground clearance, because we have the air suspensions, the ground clearance in normal level, it's 30 centimeters, and of course the car comes with air suspensions, which we will talk about in this video as we we go. In general, guys, those are the most important technical data. Let me put the seatbelt and let me show you a few things here before we start driving. By the way, because I'm not able to go from outside, I can show you those beautiful seats. The great part is that with Porsche, when you go to configure it on Porsche, you have so many choice. So you can choose to have leather, real leather. You can choose to have artificial leather. You can kind of configure it the way you want it. You can add some Alcantara and so on in different areas, even on the roof here. But here we don't have Alcantara, but still you can configure it the way you want it. The seats are fantastic. You have side support. They look good. They feel good quality. You have Isofix even in the front, but more about that we will talk in the other video. Plus, the seats are heated and ventilated, and you can choose from here. Ventilated seats, free position, heated seats, free position. This is cool, and I like the fact that the climatic system controllers are here. You can adjust super easy while you're driving. It's perfect. The ergonomy on the car, it's extremely good. We still have these different driving modes here. So you can see every time you change the driving mode, you see the ambient light, which go across the dashboard and the doors a little bit. So you have off-road, normal, sport, and sport plus. And depending in which driving mode, you have this active air suspension, which will adjust depending on the driving mode you choose. This is super convenient here. Plus we have buttons from where you can kind of configure the screen, and you can choose wherever things you want to see on the screen. It's very easy. And with those physical buttons on the steering wheel, the steering wheel has the same amazing tiny feeling and good grip. Really love it. I feel like I'm in a proper super premium car. Plus here the quality materials everywhere feel super good and super stable. I really like the way they lay out the interior. It looks great. The screens are fantastic and really well positioned. Plus we still have the watch right there in the front. Here the navigation work much faster, but what is important before we start driving, by the way, the gear selector is here behind the steering wheel on the right side. You can change the gears from here. Super simple. You can put it in park. Then you have the vehicle here. And by the way, guys, if you go to the home screen, let me show you that. This is the home screen here, and the good part is that you can activate the E sound. So you will see it has an electric sound when you accelerate. It's really nice made. I will activate it while we're driving, and then this is the home page. But if we go to vehicle, because here are the most important technical data, we go to drive and settings. Not technical data, and then here we have the driving mode. We have the chassis. You can choose normal, sport, or sport plus. You have the level. You can adjust the level of suspensions from here, and then you have the electric sound and spoiler extended. You can extend the spoiler from here. Look at this. How cool is that? You can extend it. You can retract it from here. Super simple, just like that. Cool, right? Anyway, then you have the assistants, and here you can activate the autopilot. Behind the steering wheel down here you can set up the autopilot. I will show you that because we will go on the highway, and then you can see every single feature of the car. I'm not going to go too much into detail because we will talk about them anyway. We will talk about those technical data in the review video. Let's drive. Press the brake. From here, you put it in drive. And by the way, guys, if you go in reverse, you have kind of a 360 degrees camera. You can see the front camera, the rear camera. You can see the side cameras. And yeah, it's really useful. Now, going in front, and let's drive. I will leave the screen like that, and then I will move it as we go in the video. Visibility in the mirror, it's fine. Not the best in the mirror in the middle, but on the side, it's really good. The same feeling as you're driving a Porsche. One second. What I want to do now, let me go on the right side first, just like that. I want to reset the consumption before we start. Okay, now I reset the consumption so we can drive. Also, you can see different views here on the screen. You can choose wherever things you want to see. Now we are in normal mode, if I'm not wrong. Yes, we will start in normal mode, and then we will change the different driving modes as we go in the video. I will try to give you more info about the driving feeling. I drive it before, and what I like very much is that they preserve that Porsche feeling in an electric car, and this is what I appreciate a lot on premium brands, is the fact that when you're driving the car, even though it's an electric one, it definitely felt. It has that Porsche feeling added to it, so you know you're driving a Porsche. And you can find yourself, if you own already a Porsche before, you can find yourself in this car because, for example, the steering wheel, it's not super assisted. It's kind of dynamic and sporty, a little bit heavier, a little bit stiffer, which I like very much because it's kind of linked with the feeling of a Porsche. It's not super heavy, but it is kind of stiff, and I like that. Let me turn around. In the turning circle is fantastic because you have that rear wheel steer, which is incredible. The rear wheels are steer up to 5 degrees, depending at low speeds, up to 50 km/h in the same direction, with in the other direction with the front wheel, so to give you a better turning circle, and then at higher speed in the kind of opposite direction, so it helps you go around the corners, and you can definitely feel that in the roundabouts because you can turn it in so small spaces. Now we are in sport mode. The suspension feel great, feel good quality, but it has a little bit of stiffer feeling, so you can definitely see and feel that the car is set up to be more sportier, more dynamic. So as I was expected, and this is a good thing because this is the Porsche feeling, you know. This is what you want from a Porsche, to give you that Porsche signature feeling, and you can hear that sound, guys, when we are driving. Over the bumps, I see that it is doing really good. I mean, it's pretty comfy, but in the same time it gives you that kind of heavy feeling, which I like so much. Sound insulation, it's quite good, even though outside it's raining pretty heavy. It's raining pretty heavy. I feel like the sound insulation, it's extremely good, so you don't hear too much noise from outside. The pedals feel great, and now when you release the acceleration, you feel how the car is recuperating the energy back into the battery. The thing is that you don't have the option to choose when you want to recuperate more energy. So you have to press the brake, and then when you press the brake, the car will recuperate the energy, but you don't have the option to choose the level of recuperation. Even if you go here into the menu, you know, like drive, the most important settings, let me put this one. Even if I go here, I don't have the option to choose the level of recuperation, you know. So trip, comfort, all that stuff are here. But regarding the recuperation, I wish to be somehow a pedal or something like that where I can recuperate some energy. And of course the car come with auto hold and all that features, but it doesn't come with one pedal drive. So this Porsche Macan doesn't have one pedal drive like I can't say most of, but other electric car has, and some competitors has. But I guess Porsche wanna leave it like that because they want you to feel like you're driving a Porsche, you know, like to have still that old feeling. They don't wanna make this transit so abrupt, if that makes sense, because if they will do here one pedal drive, you definitely lost all that Porsche feeling, right? Because you just will be so aggressive, the recuperation, that you don't feel anymore that pleasure of driving, you know. You lose the pleasure of driving. The car become a super practical, efficient, simple to drive car, and you lose that braking feeling, you know. And here they still kept that, and I like that. I think it's a great approach. I think Porsche did really good, because in this way they make the transition extremely good and nice. I like also the vents. I like the fact that they keep it real, you know, like mechanical, not like in other cars where you have to go in the screen and choose the position. It's simple, you put it wherever you want, and it looks also raw. It looks good. Even this goldish line here with the ambient light look good. Some carbon fiber around here, ambient light, it looks good. With good taste, they integrate ambient light with good taste, and I like that. Here you have some ambient light, armrest, it's good. Everything feels extremely good quality. I really like it. I really like the car. Now, regarding the windows, guys, by the way, it doesn't come with double glass. I don't know if you can see it. It comes with a thicker glass, the same I saw on the newest BMW. So the approach of premium brands and expensive cars is to install a thicker glass than double glass sometimes, and that I think it's a better idea, because I noticed that the insulation it's extremely good, and that's something that I definitely like. Now, other than that, the position of the seats, it's extremely good. I like the position. I have the side support. It feels good. The seats feel a little bit stronger, you know, like a sporty car, and this is the feeling that they want to send to you. That's why I told you it's one of the best electric car that you can get. If you have the money, guys, you have to test this Macan. You definitely have to test it. You definitely have to go and see how it is to drive, because it's good. It's really good. Now we have to stay here for the train to pass. In this meanwhile, I can show you a few things here in the menu. Here we have departure and the charging area. The car comes also with YouTube. You can install a lot of application. I will show you all those information in the review video. Plus you can get optional a screen right there. This car doesn't have, but you can get a screen for the passenger, and the passenger can watch YouTube while you're driving, because you cannot see it from this angle. It has a nice smart screen. Now let's driving. We are in normal mode. We will switch later the driving modes, and we can go here over the railways where are a lot of bumps, and we can test a little bit the suspension to see how good or how they sound. And I will shut up for a while we are going over those. Wow, they are so good, man. I pass here with so many cars over this, and oh my god, it feels so comfortable. You barely feel those bumps. Yeah, incredible. So now you see, you release the acceleration and the car it's still rolling. It recuperates some energy, but it's like, I would say, up to 10% recuperation in terms of power. But then you have to press the brake. That's the idea. You need to press the brake in order to stop. So in this way, they kind of preserve that Porsche normal combustion engine car. So that was smart. That was a smart move. I didn't expect that. Most of the electric cars these days, they kind of try to go, you know, like in the direction where they recuperate as much as possible. They give you as much option as possible when it comes to recuperation. Or when it comes to this Porsche Macan, you can see you accelerate, you release, and then the car is rolling, but it still regenerates a little bit, maybe 5 to 10% around there. But still, if you want to stop, if you want to go to a stop, you really definitely have to press the brake. Now the question is, how good is the transition between recuperation and the brakes? And that's the big answer. And from my tests, it's extremely good. You don't know when the car is recuperate or when the car is using the physical brakes. There is the thing, man. I mean, if you go to this approach like Porsche did, you take some risks, because if you don't make the transition between recuperation of the brake, right, and physical brakes, if you don't make this transition, then you can feel that clutch and snap and something like that. I heard in other cars, of course, much cheaper. But what I noticed in this one, it's fantastic. I mean, you don't even notice when the car it's recuperating or when the car is just using the physical brakes. Plus, let's don't forget that when you are not using as much as recuperation, and the car it's rolling, then you preserve more energy into the battery. So it's kind of smart, because when the car is rolling, it's not using the energy, losing the energy through the friction of the motors and components there. So yeah, it's a smart thing, but I think they did really good. They did really good, and I think the approach that they take, it's super smart. Now again, steering, it's a little bit heavier. The car, it feels heavier. It sits really well on the road. Oh, it's pulling really good. It's all-wheel drive. The grip, it's super good. I feel like even in the rain, it's fantastic grip. So you can feel that it's really fine. And I like this heavy feeling. I love the heavy feeling of a car. That gives you that sporty trust that you can get in a car. So the fact that it is so heavy, I love it. I love that feeling. I feel like I can trust the car. I feel like the car stays good on the road. In the windy situation like today, it's super windy, it's super rainy. You can see the flags there in the front. And the car stability, it's crazy good. Now let's change the driving mode. From here we go to Sport Plus, and right now the suspension are going low. I can feel that. Look at this, the front end is going low, the back end is going low now, and we are all the way down, and we are in sport mode. And we can switch this view. If you want to switch the view like this, I want to switch the view because I want to see the lane assist. I will activate also the autopilot so you can see it on the highway. The cool part is that you can see the car, like the same as on Tesla, the car sees what happened around. So you can see the car sees the cars on the right side. That's so smart. And these days I saw that many other brands, premium brands, start to be close to what Tesla do. The steering will become a little bit heavier. It still have a fantastic, even though it's heavy, you have such a, the turning circle, it's perfect. The controller of the car, it's extremely good. I want to go on the right lane, because in this way I can activate autopilot. Thank you very much, my friend. And let me show you something. From here you can activate autopilot from down here, right? So you can activate it like that, 80 km/h, and then right now the car, look at this, it's engaging the lanes, and right now the car, it stays between the lanes, it accelerates somehow, you know, it's kind of keep between the lanes, and it gives you this lane warning, but also the car come with all the safety features like stay between the lanes, accelerate, brake, keep the distance between the car in front. This is extremely useful. Also, you have the speed limit warning, which you can very simple deactivate from the home page here. You can set it up like that and you can deactivate. But right now you can see the car, it's accelerating, it's braking, it's keeping the distance, it stays between the lanes, because it has this lane assist. The thing is that I want to tell you something. In Romania here, the thing is that they are not allowed to activate the lane keeping assist. The car have lane keeping assist, it has autopilot, which keep the car between the lanes, accelerate, it's working perfectly. I can show you right now because in this country it's not activated. If you go outside of the country, it's working, you know, so that's something to keep in mind. But I tested before in Switzerland and it works extremely good. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. regarding the lane assist and autopilot and cruise control. And you can see that it shows you what happened around the car here. You can see it gives you a lot of warnings, even here the speed limit warning and the fact that it's wet on the road, and pay attention to the road because it's wet down. It shows you, you can see how clear it sees the cars around us and what happened around us. It's so smart. Now we are right now in sport mode, by the way, and we are driving around 100 km per hour, and outside it's raining, it's kind of windy, but you barely hear noise from outside, and it's incredible because if I was in other car, I would hear so much noise from outside, but it's extremely good. Plus I feel like I can trust the car because it has that heavy feeling. Let me deactivate this. Let me try to pass these cars. Oh my god, when you press the acceleration, it's like you're on a train, on a Swiss train, you know those Swiss or Japan trains which go pretty quick, but they are staying on the lanes, on the railways perfectly. I feel the same here. I feel like the car, it stays extremely good on the road. So we have like 150, and oh my god, it has such a good stability. You barely hear noise from outside. That's so surprisingly. The sound insulation, it's extremely good. Position of driving, it's fantastic from my point of view. Really, really good. The wipers are silent and pretty good. So you can see right now, just release the acceleration, the car, it's recuperate, right? But it's not very strong, the recuperation. And that's a good thing because it was perfect here. I didn't even use the brake, but in the same time I recuperate the energy going down here. Man, I like it. Now we will stay in the Sport Plus mode, and we will drive a little bit dynamic also in those curves. The side support on the seats and the feeling, it's really fine. And yeah, now that I drive both of the cars, I drive Audi Q6 e-tron electric version, and I drive this Macan, and I can make a comparison between them. And I have to tell you, as I said before, when I drive the Q6 is more for comfort, like classic driving, and this Macan, it's dynamic, it's sporty, it's Porsche. It feels that, it gives you that Porsche feeling, like a heavy, nice driving feeling, And to be honest, I have to be honest with you. I think this Porsche, it's one of my favorite Porsche ever made. I don't know. I really like it. I like it even more than Cayenne. I don't know why. Maybe it's for my style. The shape, the size, the driving feeling. I love the fact that you have also plenty of storage space. It's also practical car, and you have also very good position of driving, and the way it drives, it's really nice. When you press the acceleration, it's pulling so good. The grip, it's crazy nice. The brakes, man, the brakes are so good. You don't feel when it's recuperating. I tell you, you don't know. Ooh, wow. The grip, man, I can't believe that. Look at this. It's braking. You never know. It's so linear. You never know if it's recuperation or physical brake. It's extremely good setup. plus I feel how the car, it's tempting to play it, you know, like a combustion engine. It's really interesting the way they set it up. You can see the blind spot. Oh, wow, man, I don't think if, but to be honest, I can't imagine how the turbo is. If this one it is like that, I can't imagine, man. I wish I can test it. I can't imagine how the turbo version is. It's crazy interesting, man. The driving feeling, it's fantastic. I'm so sad because it's raining, but the fact that it's raining, having such a good car, it feels like it's not raining, if that makes sense. You know, usually when it's rain and windy like today, oh man, you feel it in the car, you hear it in the car, you feel it in the steering wheel, you feel it in the wheels. But nah, with Porsche Macan, no sir. You feel like it's sunny today. Driving a Porsche, look at this. Even at high speed, stability, it's fantastic. Oh boy. Oh my god, it's a train, it's a bullet train. So good stability. Man, it's such a good car. No, I tell you, definitely worth the price. If you have the money, go for it, man. Don't wait for it. If you have the money, it's an amazing car. Now it's crazy raining here. It's man, I'm a better driver. I feel much better. I think you can definitely feel everything. I mean, you can blend in with the car. This is the discussion and the thing that I talk about in my other video, in my last other videos, because this is something that nobody talk about, you know. And I want to explain you that, you know, when you're having a car, right? You're driving the car, and I drive so many cars, and this is the conclusion that I get. You know, sometimes you get inside some cars which blend with you very well. It's like you becoming one with the car. You feel the car, you feel the steer, you feel the weight of the car, you feel everything, and sometimes you vibrate with that car really well, you know, so you understand it, you can feel it, you can trust it. And sometimes you drive some cars that you don't feel like you can trust it, it's unstable and so on. It's, you know what I mean. And this Porsche Macan, you feel like you're blending with the car, you're one with the car, and you can trust it, and you can drive really well, and you feel safe inside the car. And that's the feeling that I want to have from a car, and this Porsche Macan give me that feeling. And definitely I like it a lot, and I think it's a much better car than the previous version. Yeah, definitely. Now here usually we have to go in the city. It's kind of crowded today. Usually at this time we don't have too much traffic around here. It's good that we have a little bit of traffic. We can see the consumption, even though from my point of view it doesn't matter too much what's the consumption on this car. Anyway, it's extremely efficient. If you drive most of the time normal mode, you will get good numbers, depending how you drive, depending on the weather. Today it's also 4 degrees, it's kind of cold, winter, so the consumption will be higher. But and also we drive a little bit more dynamic, but in general you should get good numbers. The thing is that today I don't have too much time with the car. I have a few hours in which I have to make around 5 videos and so on, and I try my best to give you the information that you wanted and what that you needed about the car. And I hope I can manage to do that with all this traffic. You know, usually when it's raining, most of the people, they get the car. Even the people that don't get the car, usually they get the car when it's raining, you know. So now here I have to wait a little bit because in the front
I don't really know how to help you here.
the voice assist, the car come with a voice assist as well. Now this is complicated here because there are so many cars coming from that side, and if they won't leave us pass, then we will stay here like forever. And they are going so slow. I don't want to stay here forever, man. But maybe now it's the time we can go around here. And now, if we are lucky, we can also, yes, nobody coming, we can use the launch control. This is it. Wow, it's crazy. Imagine the turbo version. It should be amazing. It should be a fantastic feeling. Wow, lovely car. Lovely grip on this type of weather with this kind of rain. Man, the grip is good. It's really good, really good. Wow. And you saw the ambient light. That's special for the launch control. We will talk about the ambient light and all that stuff in a full review video, so definitely check out that video as well. But yeah, incredible car. I think 90% of the people that will do a test drive with this car, they will buy it. I think that it's so good. And if you have the money, if you are a fan of Porsche and you have more cars in the garage, I think this one, it's a must-have. Plus, with this new technology, with 800-volt architecture, it's one of the toppest technology which you can get these days. Man, why it's so traffic today. It's so crazy traffic. I don't understand why it's so much traffic at this time. Usually it's not too much traffic. Again, you can set up the cruise control even right now, and then you can, the car will kind of keep the distance between the car in front and accelerate and brake and stuff like that. And you can see the car, it sees the car in front, and you can see right now I don't have to press the brake. It's just keeping the distance, accelerate, brake. You can choose also set the distance between the car in front and your car, and it will go also to a completely stop, which is really great. It's super convenient. This in this kind of traffic situation, it's extremely convenient. I like very much also that you can set the climatic system from down here. Extremely simple. The heated seats, everything, it's here. And those are not touch buttons. They are kind of, you can see all the screen, it's kind of moving when you press those buttons, because the good part is that it gives you that feedback like a physical button, and this is something that I like. And again, you know, it's just rolling automatically the car. It's crazy good, man. This is my idea about this car. The quality materials everywhere, it feels crazy good. Even down here you don't have plastic, you have this nice leather. Man, I like it. I really like it. Here are the lights buttons, and here are the buttons for the electric seats. so we have to stay a little bit in traffic. I want to go back to normal mode. Let me go back to normal mode right now. You can go also off-road. For example, if you go a little bit off-road, you go in off-road and the suspension will go will get the car higher. You can see the blind spot monitoring. It's here on the side of the door and this ambient light, and also outside on the mirror. I want to go a little bit in the city, driving a little bit around the streets though, to show you how it is and how easy it is to go around, because now because you have this rear wheel steer, the car will go around the corners very easy, and you can drive also in the city without any problem. So that's also very convenient. So maybe let's go on the other lane, because I see that on this lane it's driving extremely slow. So maybe we can get a little bit faster there. And I like that this hazard light button, it's perfectly positioned here in the middle. So this is important, you know, you have to sometimes brake and you have to tell the other traffic participants that you're braking and so on the highway. And also when you want to say thanks and stuff like that. This is really well positioned right here, really well. I like that, and it's physical. And the traction control button is here, down here in the middle. Very useful stuff, very smart things. They design it in such a smart way. Now again, we can change what we like to see. Consumption until now is 27.5, but yeah, you saw the way we drive, we accelerate. It's raining, high speed winds, not super cold, not super cold, but cold, but not the best conditions for driving economical. And here you can see the G meter. You can set the G meter, the tire pressure and the battery capacity and so on. And then in the middle you can switch in the middle to see the map, and you have a few choices. You can see only the speed, or you can choose to see the map, only the map on the screen, just like that, which is super convenient. Or you can see the map with other things, or you can see this driver assist view, or you can see the speed and when the car is recuperate, or use the energy. You can see with blue it's using the energy. When you release it with green, the car, you can see how it's recuperate the energy back into the battery. And you can see when you're pressing the brake, look at this, it's turned to green. That means the car will recuperate the energy. So it's a smart thing that shows you what happened with the energy in real time. Anyway, I love the screen. I love the way you view it through the steering wheel. I think it's perfect positioned right now. I remember first Taycan, when they designed it and they made the first Porsche Taycan. I remember that there were a few other areas here where you're not able to see it properly because of the steering wheel. But now with this new model, new design, you can see the screen. It's designed much smarter here, and it's stop on the side, so that allow you to have a perfect view through the steering wheel. I mean, even if you are higher or lower, doesn't matter. The view on the screen, it's perfect. It's really good. So yeah, much smarter. They improve with every model. They make it better, and now I feel like it's almost perfect. I don't know if I can complain about something. And in this price range, you can complain about things, but no, I have no complaining. Maybe for me personally, I would love to have a button or an option where I can activate the one pedal drive. Maybe because I'm more of an electric car fan, so I think was good for me. But when it comes to, I think most of the Porsche owners and Porsche fans will enjoy this more, the way it is right now. And it's simple. It should be simple. It should be the car doing everything for you. You don't have to always switch between different regenerative brake and stuff like that. No, you just drive and don't worry too much about things, right? So yeah, I think it's a good approach. It's definitely a good approach. Now finally we can go in the city a little bit to drive, and then of course we can stop the video and make a conclusion about the car. But yeah, I told you, I think it's one of the best electric car which you can buy today. Really, it's one of the best. And the technology, the charging, the batteries, and the electric motors are also one of the best on the industry these days. The rear electric motor, it's extremely efficient. It's one of the best, and it's small, it's light, it's installed, you know, the electric motor on the rear, it's installed after the rear axle, which gives you a much better stability, you know, and balance on weight, and that helped the car a lot. And you saw when we accelerate, what was really interesting was the fact that usually the front end it's lifting up, right? But no, in Porsche they managed to do it in such a way that you don't feel like the car, the front end, it's lifting, you know, like you feel in Tesla Model Y, for example. You feel like the front end it's go up. No, here it's just pew, it's plain, go directly plain, straight. It's crazy smart. I really enjoy it. I think it's a fantastic smart thing what they did here. I like it. I really like it. Man, I hate the fact that we stay in traffic. Really, I didn't plan that. I didn't plan to do that. What we have here, you know, you have YouTube here, you know, you can watch YouTube. Of course, you can watch it when the car is stationary, but you cannot watch it when you're driving, right? So we can go here and search for my channel, and then if you go to my channel, you can go and watch some videos here, right? So yeah, but now when you're driving you cannot see it, right? So we can go on this lane. We can switch the lanes because those are, we have to go straight away, and then we go in the city a little bit, and then we will end up this video. Or maybe let's go there. Let's go around here. Oh man, it's so smooth. It's running so pleasant. It's so pleasant and so smooth when you're accelerating, going around the corners. It feels fantastic, and the visibility is good, the control is good. You see the cars, you see what happened around the car. As I said, you can blend in with the car extremely well. Now we go left here. I like it so much. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's crazy traffic because of raining. I don't know. Usually at this time it's not so traffic here, but yeah, I don't have other option just to test it right now because I have the car until tonight, so I need to do this. I need to do these videos right now regarding if it's traffic or not. I have to do it, so that's why I choose to do it. I don't have any choice. But yeah, anyway, in general, I think we already made an idea about the car, and I told you in the city it's extremely light, it's extremely easy to go around corners and drive it. It's a really good car. By the way, it has also a wiper on the rear, which is super useful today. For example, I can see a little bit better in the back there. The good part is that also it's pretty compact and easy to park, to go around in the city in tight spaces. I like also the climatic system because you can set it very well. It's one of the best climatic system. Right now it's on level 1, right? So you can also switch from here if you want to have more vents, but it's very silent, the vents. It's crazy silent. This is something that I like so much. I mean, it's very well set up and it's very well placed. I mean, the vents are perfectly placed so you don't have foggy on the window or something like that, and also it's sending the air really well. And also, even if it's running at the first level, it's extremely silent. You barely hear it, which I like, because most of the time, why I say that is that most of the time in my test drives I use the level 1, okay, on climatic system, and most of the cars have kind of noise. Even if you are on a level 1, it doesn't sound good, it doesn't send enough air and stuff like that, but this one is super good. Man, oh, it's so much traffic, I can't believe that. I wouldn't imagine that. And it starts raining even stronger. Not so fun. And you know, today it's raining, but tomorrow and after tomorrow and after tomorrow and the next days will never rain again. So lucky me. I'm a little bit sad because I get these days of raining with this Porsche Macan. Until now we have 28.1 kilowatt hour consumption, but yeah, it's not so. I don't think it's so related to the consumption, to the real consumption. We still have 84% battery, which is impressive if we think with how much we start. 355 kilometer range still. But I hope we'll get a little bit faster around here. So definitely guys, don't miss out the full review video with the same car. There you can get even more information about it, exterior, interior, technical data, multimedia. We will talk about everything. I will explain you everything, and I will talk about the options and the technical data. And the material quality, space, and so on. The pedals feel extremely good quality. I like it, and I'm so surprised about the brakes. My biggest surprise are the brakes, which are so good setup, so you don't know when it's regenerative brake or physical brake. It's extremely good. The blending, it's fantastic. I have to wait a little bit here, otherwise it's the tram there which pass, but I can go around these cars. Usually, you know, you're not allowed to park around here like this guy park on the crosswalk, right? So this is really bad. This is definitely a worst thing can happen, and then the more cars come from the front, and then so on. Hai trece odată. Let's go, guys. They're really slow. Here we have a place to go around. That's it. Back in the business. We can drive a little bit around here. Can go like that. Maybe you have place to go. We can go around here. You know, the good thing is that in the city, in the crowded city, and there are so many crowded city, you know, in Italy, it's also a lot of streets like that, France, and you need to have a compact car. I love that this Macan, it's crazy compact in these small spaces. You can go around so easy. That's crazy good. Oh, the grip, it's gorgeous grip on the ground, driving feeling, it's fantastic, man. But today it's so hard to do a test drive. It's crazy hard at this crowded city around here, but it's fine. We are finished. Lovely. Lovely car. Man, over those speed bumps, oh my god. Wow. And those one are pretty big. Usually all the cars that I test around here, they were so stiff, but man, over those, with those air suspensions, you barely feel those bumps. It's extremely good. Anyway, let me park to show you the here you go in reverse, just like that, and then you have those 360 degrees camera, bird eye view, shows you from above, super easy. You have active lines that help you guide you park the car between those lines. It's easy to park. It's very easy, just like that. It's perfect. Look at this, just park it perfectly. It's crazy good. And then you press the park in your park, and the consumption is 28.2. But yeah, the way we drive, I didn't drive economical at all, so yeah, it's kind of normal. And I did this video so long, it's crazy long. I mean, 1 hour, it's extremely long. I didn't expect that to have so much traffic, but I hope I cover everything. I hope you get a lot of information from this video. Thank you very much for watching my videos, guys. From my point of view, it's one of the best electric car that you can get on the market today, and definitely go and test it, go and see the car, and write me in the comment after, tell me what you think about it. Also, don't miss out the full review. I will have a separate video with the car, interior, exterior, material quality, everything about the car in a separate video. Definitely check out. Thank you very much to all of you that watching my videos. Stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.